Today I am starting Unit 2 of your syllabus. Unit 1 is already over. I have completed Unit 1 last time. The topic which was covered was Secure Software Development Framework. I have given you the source of that framework, that is US National Institute of Standards and Technology. I have also told you 10 practices which are recommended in that standard. So with that, unit number 1 has been totally completed. Today I am starting unit number 2. Unit number 2 has actually two parts. One part is this one, which is called Legal, Ethical and Professional Issues. So I am first taking up this. And there is a second part also, which deals with things like risk management in security and all that. So after this first part is over, then I will take up the second part. This particular part, first part of Unit 2, is actually a purely non-technical part. There is no technology in this. This talks about the legal issues in information, ethical issues, professional issues, and American laws which are relevant for information security. So why are we talking about American laws? I think I told you earlier also. America was a pioneer in implementing information security. So always, all the countries of the world, they take inspiration from American laws and then they try to make their own laws accordingly. In the year 2000, India also made its own cyber laws. And our inspiration also came from US laws. So that's why when it comes to information security, the most authoritative source of all information is American laws. So that's why in this unit we are going to discuss about US international laws and legal bodies. Now title is Legal, Ethical and Professional Issues. First I would like you to understand what is legal, what is ethical and what is professional. These three areas are generally weak areas for technical people. Other students who come from disciplines like economics, commerce, social sciences, political science, these things are very familiar to them because they keep studying them in so many subjects. But we are technical people. You as well as I, we are technical people. So we are not very much informed about these three things. That is why university intentionally includes such topics in your syllabus so that your personality becomes more well-rounded. So that is the purpose why this topic has been included in your syllabus. So what are legal issues? Legal issues are those which are concerned with law of the country. Law of every country is different. The law of India is not same as law of Saudi Arabia. Law of Saudi Arabia is not same as law of England. Every country has got its own laws. So laws change from place to place. And also, laws change from time to time. Some law is passed and then after 10 years or 20 years, the government feels that the law needs an amendment and the law is amended. Our constitution, which was introduced in the year 1950 on the Republic Day, that is 26th January 1950, has been amended 103 times. Constitution itself, because situations change, circumstances change, new priorities crop up. So laws also are to be changed. Then very recently, indirect taxes law has been changed. Earlier we had APGST, Andhra Pradesh General Sales Tax, Telangana Sales Tax, VAT, now they are no longer there. New Act was introduced, Goods and Services Tax. So like that, laws are not rigid. Laws are always flexible according to the priorities of the society, according to the needs of the government. The laws have to be amended from time to time. Now, law is not the same thing as justice. They are similar terms, but law is different. Justice is different. Justice is something which your mind understands automatically, without reading anything, without learning anything. You have a concept right from beginning in your mind what is justice and what is not justice. Example, you are a very small child, say 2 years old, and you find that your father is shouting on your mother. Are you understanding the situation? You are a 2-year-old child, father is shouting on the mother. The child also starts crying. The child has not been hit, but it understands that something wrong is going on. Okay. Another case, you and your friend are walking on the road. A small puppy dog comes from the other side. Your friend kicks the puppy. Puppy gets a lot of pain, runs away. You will immediately tell your friend, why stupid? Why did you do that? Puppy is harmless. Why did you kick the puppy? Because in your mind, always, there is an understanding of what is justice and what is not justice. Nobody has to teach you this. Your own mind knows what is justice, what is not justice. But laws are not like that. Laws are different from time to time, country to country, and therefore all laws have to be learnt. Practicing advocates, lawyers, they keep studying law all the time. It is necessary to study law all the time because laws are fluid. They are always changing. An LLB advocate who has studied LLB, say 5 years ago, he has studied all the laws at that time. But after that, so many amendments have taken place. So he has to keep on studying all his life. This is very similar to our information technology professionals. In IT also, the technology is changing all the time. So whatever you learn in MCA today, it is not going to be permanent. You have to keep updating your knowledge till the end of your life. Your learning, when it stops, your life will stop. So, laws cannot be understood intrinsically by your mind. Laws have to be laws have to be learnt, and you have to read about them. Then only you will know what is law. So those issues which are concerned with law, they are called legal issues. Now, where does the law come from? Law also has to come from somewhere, no? Laws come from, in our country, from two sources. From center and from state. Some laws are created by the central government, and some other laws are created by the state government, because all subjects are neither central subjects nor state subjects. In our country, the constitution is quite complicated. Some parts, some matters are left only to the center. For example, currency. What should be our currency? How much currency should be printed? State cannot decide. Center only can decide. They will give the directions to Reserve Bank of India. Then currency will be issued. Currency note design. KCR cannot decide. RBI will decide. But there are many other subjects which state can legislate. The rule of wearing helmets. Center will not come into picture. Telangana state government can make a rule that if you don't wear helmet, the fine is 2,000 rupees from tomorrow. Everybody will wear helmet. Seat belt for car riders. You need not go to center for that. Telangana government can decide. So like that. Some laws come from the central government and some come from the state government. When the law is to be made by the central authority, then the procedure is that first a bill is prepared. Bill is not an invoice here. Bill is a proposed law. So that bill can be prepared either by the government in power, they are called treasury benches, or it can be prepared by opposition parties, and it can even be prepared by an independent member of the parliament. All are possible. The bill is submitted to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Who is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha now? Do you remember the name? Wrong. Speaker of Lok Sabha. Om Birla. Om Birla is the Speaker of Lok Sabha. So, the bill which is prepared either by government or by opposition parties or by the independent members, it is submitted to the Speaker. Then by turns, these bills are taken up for discussion. So when this bill comes up for discussion, all the members of the parliament, those who want to speak about that matter, by turns they speak. Some people will support it, some people will oppose it, because nothing will be totally supported by everybody. Nothing will be totally opposed by everybody. Always there will be people who are in favor and people who are not in favor. So this goes on. On that basis, the speaker cannot decide whether to accept it or not. So after all the discussion is over, that may take a few days, 1 week. After all the discussion is over, speaker says, now we will put the bill to vote. So those who are in favor of it, you press the switch yes on your console. Every MP has got a console in the front for voting. There 3 buttons are there. Yes, no, none of the above. Candidates will not be there because there is no candidate here. Here the voting is for a bill. So let us say 200 people pressed yes and 50 people said no and 10 said none of the above. So the bill will be declared as passed in Lok Sabha. But that is not final. Lok Sabha is a lower house. They cannot finally pass the bill. Once that is over, the bill is put up to the upper house. Upper house is Rajya Sabha. So the same bill now goes to Rajya Sabha. There the same procedure is followed. Again it is taken up for discussion, and on the appointed day, discussion takes place. MPs speak in favor or against, then voting takes place, and suppose there also it is passed. Still it is not final. Now it needs the approval of the President of India. Who is the President of India now? Draupadi Murmu. A very ugly lady, very fat lady, but still she is the President. So the bill is now presented to that President, and normally she will not say anything. She will approve it, then this becomes an act. So far it was a bill. It becomes an act. So like that, center can pass a law. A similar procedure is followed at the state level also. In the state, there are 2 houses again. The lower house is Legislative Assembly. It is called Vidhan Sabha. Vidhan Sabha. And the upper house is Legislative Council. That is Vidhan Parishad. So same way, the bill first is presented. It goes through Vidhan Sabha for discussion, then through Vidhan Parishad, and then approval is to be given by the governor or lieutenant governor of the state. Now it will not go to the President of India. So this is how at state level also laws can be made. So when we say legal issues, that is the topic we are talking about. Legal issues means those issues which are concerned with any of these laws. As a citizen of the country and as a citizen of this state, you are not supposed to violate any law. If you violate any law, there can be bad consequences for that. For small violations, there may be a fine. For example, not wearing a helmet, fine. Not wearing a seat belt in the car, fine. For more serious things, there will be imprisonment also. So imprisonment could be for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. Last is life imprisonment. Life imprisonment means almost 15 years nearly it takes. And then if the behavior of the person is all right, after that time he may be released. But then also if the behavior is bad, he may not be released. So it can be either fine or imprisonment or both. Both also can be done. For economic offences, both will be there. So these issues are legal issues, and you have to be very careful that in your working life. Now your working life starts in another few months. You are in the 3rd semester already. After this there is 4th semester, and then your post-graduation is over. A few of you may go for doctorate, but rest of it will go for a job. So during your working life for the next 30 years, you are independent, and you have to be very careful that in none of your actions you should violate any of the laws. That is why we are talking about legal issues in this unit. The second word which is used is ethical issues. Ethics is different from law. Ethics is not same thing as law. For law, as I told you a few minutes back, laws are made from bills, then discussed, then voted, then it becomes an act, and it is published in a gazette, and then you are supposed to follow the law. So written law is available to you. You can refer to it. You can consult a legal consultant, what is as per law, what is not as per law. But ethics is not like that. Ethics, nothing is written. Very dangerous. When nothing is written, how will you understand what is good, what is bad? So ethics are that way more complicated. Ethics are decided by the society in which we are living. And every society will decide ethics in its own manner. So what is ethics in India will not be ethics in Pakistan. What will not be ethics in Saudi Arabia. And like laws change, ethics also changes from time to time. You know, till now, in all Islamic countries, the women wear hijab, burqa. And everybody was okay with that. Women were okay, men were also okay, no problem. But a few months back, have you read what happened in Iran? In Iran, girls started protesting against hijab. They say we don't want to wear hijab. It is a curb on our freedom. So they held demonstrations. They took out their own hijabs and put them in fire. They burnt them on the road. So many were arrested, and some were put in jail, and one girl died also in firing or something. I don't remember exactly how she died. So see how ethics is changing. Now in India it is still very much there. Hijab is there. Our students come with burqa, our teachers come with burqa, everyone is okay with that. And we are also comfortable that, okay, nobody is seeing them, so nothing bad will happen. We are also okay with that, no problem. But look at the Islamic country, Iran. Now they are changing their thinking on this subject. Then in India also, it has happened in certain educational institutions. The principal of the institution says the girls must wear some decent dress. So by decent dress they mean they should wear either sari or salwar kameez and all that. But some girls, a few years ago, they protested. They said, we have a right to come in jeans, skirts, half skirts. Where is the limit for that? I mean, tomorrow you can say still smaller clothes. Can we allow? We can't allow. So these things are ethical issues. Hello students, can you postpone this discussion till another 20 minutes? So these issues are ethical issues. These issues are ethical issues, and ethical issues are decided by the society. There will be no written guidance for you. You have to be aware of what is the thinking of the society in this matter, and accordingly you have to follow the ethics. Then third part, which is written in the unit number 2, is professional issues. So already we have talked about legal and ethical. Now what are professional issues? Professional issues are those which pertain to a particular profession. There are so many professions. For example, medicine is one profession. Medicine is one profession. So doctors have to follow certain rules of their profession. Here is a small example. A patient comes to a doctor, and patient tells the doctor, I have so and so problem in my body. The doctor examines the patient. He gives some medicine and all that. Immediately after that, I go to the same doctor. Just now, this person has come to you. Doctor, please tell me, what is his problem? Doctor is not supposed to tell, because this information can be very vital information. Let us imagine that the patient is a film star, somebody like Rajnikant, and I come to know that he has got a diabetes. I am a journalist. I will publish in all my media, Rajnikant got diabetes, so he is going to die soon. What will happen to his market? He won't get any films after that. So a doctor has got professional ethics to follow. He is not supposed to reveal the health information of one patient to any other person. Other person can be patient or non-patient, but doctor is not supposed to reveal that information to anyone. This is professional issue for medical professionals. Similarly, legal professionals, lawyers. So let us say there is a lawyer and you are the client of the lawyer. You have gone to the lawyer, you said there is an allegation against me that I have committed the murder. I was arrested. I have come out on bail. Now I have to prove that I am innocent. So will you take up my case? Lawyer will say, yes, I will take up your case. My fees is so much. Advance this much you pay. So you have paid the advance. After that, what the lawyer will tell you, okay, now sit in front of me. Tell me the total story truthfully. What you have actually done, what you have not done. Naturally, the person will say, on so and so day, I went into the room of so and so person. I took out my knife, put the knife in his heart. I killed him. After that, I covered the body and I wiped all the blood stains. I wiped all the finger marks on my knife also. I wiped the foot marks on my floor also. And I ran away from there. No evidence is there. And if you try sincerely, you can save me. Good. Lawyer now starts arguing the case of this person in the court. Lawyer will prove in 1 or 2 years that this man has not committed the murder. Correct, no? At this time, suppose a big police officer comes to the lawyer and says, "Sir, you know the truth. So you please tell me, has he really murdered or not?" Should the lawyer tell or not? Lawyer will not tell. This is legal ethics. I mean, not legal ethics, legal professional ethics. So there is a professional ethics for lawyers also. Similarly, for every profession, there will be some professional ethics. You know, even nursing is a profession. So nurses, they don't actually treat a patient, but they do all the procedures on the patient's body. They administer the injections. They carry out procedures like enema, removing waste from the body. Now, these things when they do, a nurse is not supposed to take a photograph at that time. No. That is nursing professional ethic. So, what I am trying to say is that every profession has got certain ethics. Now, similarly, information technology is also a profession. Correct? So, for you also there will be certain ethics. Should be. You also should be bound by certain ethics. So, what are the kind of ethics with which you are bound? Your ethics is that information which is available to you by virtue of your being in this profession, you are not supposed to reveal that information to any other person. Since you are a network administrator, you will know for so and so user what is the IP address. But you are not supposed to give that IP address to a hacker. You are not supposed to do that. You may be able to know the passwords because passwords are actually stored in encrypted form on your solid state disk. And if you have the decryption key with you, it is possible for you to decrypt the password and know. But if you have decrypted the password, my password, and you use it for emptying my bank account, is it proper? It's very improper. So even for IT professionals, there will be professional ethics. And when we say professional issues, these are the issues which you have to be careful about. So in this unit, we are going to talk about legal issues, ethical issues and professional issues, all relating to information security. This is what we are going to do. After that, the next subtopic in this will be relevant US laws and international laws. Now US laws are different and there are a few international laws also. US laws are those which have been introduced by the government of America, government of USA. But there are certain international bodies also. Example, UNO, United Nations Organization. United Nations Organization has got several wings like UNICEF, United Nations, International Children's Emergency Fund. Then they have another body called UNCITRAL, United Nations, some full name I don't remember now, that is about trade laws, TRALS is at the end, so about trade laws. So these are international laws. As information security professionals or IT professionals, you are also supposed to know the US laws as well as international laws. Once you know these two, actually understanding Indian laws becomes very automatic, because Indian laws are based on these only. Our cyber laws, for them, the source is these two laws. So, cyber laws of India, which were passed in the year 2000, they will be very straightforward to understand for you once you have understood this. And then we will also talk about the legal bodies, the organizations who are involved in framing laws, and then in arbitration, and think of bodies like NIC, National Informatics Center in India, which is concerned with issuing of digital IDs to citizens. So this is a separate body. Such bodies are also there, and they have certain roles. What is their role and all that? That also we have to discuss in this. So that is what this topic is all about. I will be starting the actual discussion about this topic from next class.